Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. I just saw the pictures from NPCNewsOnline.com and Calum Von Moger, film star from the movie Bigger. He was in the Generation Iron movies. He's, got millions of followers on social media. He's the guy who looks like Arnold. The guy with the $1 million smile. He's also the guy who's had a lot of injuries over the last 2 years, doing some crazy extreme stuff, almost falling off a cliff and just doing some crazy stunts in Gold's Gym Venice we talked about. But the bottom line is he did the NPC Team Universe this past weekend, and he won his class in the Classic Physique division in Division D. That's Class D. And he's an IFBB Pro now. So congratulations to Calum. There's been a lot of controversy whether he looked good or he didn't look good enough. I saw the pictures. I looked at them. I thought he was polished looking. He had a good tan. He had good, his abs looked good. To me, he looked like he just hadn't trained in that long. And that probably had a lot to do with the fact that he had that injury or several injuries. You tear your patella tendon and you're not training your legs for a long time. I don't even know how his legs look as good as they do. They certainly are not back to what they were. He also tore obviously that bicep twice, and his arms do look pretty good. I see a lack of back development. He's not really a grainy hard in the hamstring area and the lower back, and I don't know if that's more or less due to the fact that he just doesn't have enough muscle there like he used to. He hasn't regained it all. Obviously, it was a good move for him to compete this week because he got the Pro Card. So it was a good calculated move. Now he can work on getting back to what he needed to do. Was he good enough to win the class? I think he was. I looked at the other competitors. They were good. You can make a case for him winning. Personally, I'm a conditioning guy. I just didn't think he was conditioned enough, and that was my problem with him. I thought he could have been a lot tighter. I thought he would have looked better. He would have certainly looked a little smaller, but I don't think that would have mattered. It's classic physique. It's not bodybuilding. So I think he would have done well anyway. He might have won the overall. So whatever decision he made to come in the way he looked, he obviously was trying to balance size and conditioning, and obviously didn't want to come down too low. Maybe he looked like, because he's tall, he was afraid he was going to look too thin. But he got the win. Now, I didn't even know Calum was really a U.S. citizen. I was surprised to even see him in the Team Universe, to be honest with you. But he's been living here since I think 2014, so he very well could be a citizen. I don't know. I was trying to research that a little bit. But you can't blame the guy. He took advantage of an opportunity. These are COVID times where there's just not a lot of people doing these shows because they don't have the money to do it. They don't have the gym to train at. And he struck while the iron was hot. I tell people a lot of times it's about, being at the right place at the right time. Calum was at the right place at the right time. He didn't win the overall. That's all right. He got his pro card. Now he could work towards bringing his physique up. I didn't even know if he was even interested in competing as a pro. I thought he was more interested in doing films. That's what I would do if I were him. He obviously has that, that movie Bigger really got him into the limelight. A lot of people looking at him. He has that. I know he did some kind of a billboard ad, or I think it was, or a magazine ad with Gucci, I believe it was. So, he's got, crossover appeal for sure, and he's going to make a lot more money in the entertainment industry than he will in bodybuilding. But I think bodybuilding is something that he just loves to do. It's close to his heart and everything like that. And I think that, I think it's great if you can have the physique and the ability to jump in a show and win your pro card, pretty easily. Why not do it? He did it. He accomplished it. Congratulations. And, we'll see what he does next. The great thing about Calum, I think, is you never know what he's going to do next. And that's what's so interesting about him as a personality in our industry. He can go and decide he's going to go, climb Mount Everest, tomorrow and the day after a show, all dehydrated. And I don't think anyone would be shocked at this point. So, once again, congratulations for the win. Do you think he won? Put it in the comments below. Let me know your opinion on it. I don't know. I wasn't there first in the front row or anything like that. I think he did enough to win the class. But if you don't think he did and you think he could have done better or there was someone better, let us know about it. Was he conditioned enough? I'd say no. So I would agree with the people who are saying he's not conditioned enough. I think he did enough to win the class. I'm Dave Palumbo for an RX Muscle News Update.